Hi. Hi. I'm a little bit late today. Sorry. I had to fuck around with some stuff. Actually, I have to check if the door is closed. Give me a second. Look at that one. Shit. Okay, it is. It's closed. Oh. Wow. Fucking. There's a bot let loose. A Stream Elements bot. I'll have to see if I can disable this. Hi, ML. I'm studying the game in just a short moment. I had to fuck around with some stuff since I updated my OBS. And I actually also updated my microphone, so it might sound different. You know what? I don't know why I keep doing it. I don't know why I update shit when I know exactly that it breaks stuff. But the question should be, why does updating stuff break shit every time? I don't understand. Like, why can't it just stay the same? Why can't it just save your settings? Oh, fuck me, it's loud. Oh, are you feeling skibbity today? Would you like to? What does skibbity stand for exactly? Like, what is a skibbity toilet? Is it like a dirty... Like, what can toilets be? Toilets can be either dirty or clean. So if skibbity means clean, then yes, I'm feeling quite clean today. Actually, no, I don't. I feel a little bit sweaty. But that's exactly what we need, feeling a little bit sweaty in order to continue with this, right? Do we have an actual log? Okay, I love that it keeps the log in between sessions. Who could have foreseen such a conclusion? It seems the so-called mastermind was one step ahead of you. She remains hidden, leaving behind no evidence. Is that Yoko? Or is he alluding to, like, Ayame? Perhaps there is truly no way to stop her. Should you find that this conclusion is not to your liking, by all means, please pursue a different path. You've done it once before, so I'm sure you already know how. That I should be taking my leave. It's just a continue button, right? Like a start game mode. There's no new game or something. Where you could maybe, like, slip onto a new prologue or something. So now the obvious thing would be to do this, right? Continue here in Kinshibori Park where Shogo's story ended. Maybe Shogo not dying could be a trigger for Yoko not going batshit insane. Okay, let's see. I've given some thought to this puzzle, and assuming we are the wandering mind of Severn, really what else could we be? The only thing we need to do is to be present when his stone is given to a person with max spirit sense. And while I can't for the love of me remember who is top spiritualist here, tracing the path of the cursed stone is very easy. It went from delinquent girlfriend straight to detective, who are both spiritually weak. We need to follow it and make sure somewhere along the way it is given to a spiritually strong person, and we need to possess that person at that time. At least that's how I would go about trying to solve this. Okay, the cursed stone we are talking about is the... Which one was his? It went from delinquent girlfriend. She had the beckoning light. It went from her to the detective, who are both spiritually weak. We need to follow it and make sure somewhere along the way it is given to a spiritually strong person. How do we change that though? Like, there were no choices. This leads us here, right? Maya Shisawa, she only has one chapter. I've done all I can do. All that's left now is to wait. She can't open the door on her own? Was there... Do you think we can somehow escape through the air duct instead of waiting to be rescued? Doesn't matter if I can find a way in. Do you think there's something hidden somewhere in a scene that I can only interact with now? Basically, like, or do you think I just need to zoom, like, go into the right scene and it will just continue? There will be one now, if I'm correct in my deductions. I want to try this real quick. Come morning, his corpse discovered in the park. Start. Was this just like the ending for him in further news? Yeah. This is how it all started, pretty much. Before dawn today, a police officer on patrol discovered a man collapsed in Semida City Park. The man was taken to the hospital, but his death was confirmed shortly after. Investigations are still underway, but police suspect a connection to the other unexplained deaths found in the area at around the same time. That was our intro. Who even killed Yoko here? Yeah, that's interesting, right? Who killed her? She died by drowning, and he had to... Oh shit, you know who killed her? If we assume that she had the cursed stone, and there was the beckoning light at the scene. Someone had the beckoning light cursed before Mayu got it. We need to go back to the very, very beginning. Stop this. The spirit we saw behind us was the beckoning light one. We just didn't recognize it back then because we didn't know that it was the beckoning light. We just saw a spirit and thought, okay, that's a cursed spirit. This brings Shoko Oki's story to a close. Okay. So we go all the way back to Kinshibori Park Part 1 pretty much, right? Or maybe Part 2. Because that's shortly before she dies. Alright? Yuko reveals that she's searching for the mysteries because she wants the rite of resurrection for Ogopogo, a secret art originating from the Edo period. But she explains how the two are related. Something strange suddenly occurs. Something's happening to Yoko. Whoa. What the hell? It feels like the air just changed. Do you think Shogo got the beckoning light first? He turned away from Yoko? She tried to kill him? And maybe accidentally, maybe deliberately, but reflected the curse onto herself? That would mean that we're not allowed to turn around right now. But I'm gonna see what happens if we look at the spirit. We can't see it yet. Yoko, are you okay? What's wrong? Stay with me. No, this can't be. No. By the way, can you guys hear me well? Like again, I said earlier, like I've had to fuck around with my mic, so I might sound differently. Maybe you can tell me whether I'm more clear or not. Like, maybe I'm more crispy than before, you know? Maybe I'm like really, like a nice chicken, really crispy. Didn't notice it. I don't know. Something got Yoko really rattled. Why? Sounds alright, okay. Yoko! Yoko! Can we see it now? It appeared at one point, right? I just can't remember when, really. I feel ice on my back. Can't move. Is there something behind me? It's no use. She's in no condition to talk. Keep yelling her name. Huh? What? Is calling her name really going to help? I'm already yelling as hard as I can. Shouldn't I look for what's causing this? There's nothing there. Yoko, hang in there, Yoko. Look at me. You're going to be okay. It's alright. There's nothing there. This is how we changed the course of action last time. Like, this was different. Like, the first time around, this was different. Then the second time around, like, it changed for us to be able to continue. And maybe, like, a third time around will be different as well. Yoko, he shots. No. Fuck, what the fuck? Did he not see the... Like, when? I am, like, 99% sure that we saw it. Thanks to Shogo's perseverance, Yoko Fukunaga finally regains consciousness, but when Shogo learns that she has no memory of what happened to her, he decides to call off the search. I'm 99% sure that we saw the beckoning light spirit. Huh? Oh, good, you're awake. What? I am... You okay? You were so rattled and confused. I thought you really lost it. Do you feel dizzy? Have a headache? Are you humus off balance? Want to take a pee? Want to use my mouth? What? Wait, what did you say? I think I've heard that before. You're the one who said it earlier. Alright, that might have been it. My humus were off balance. What, back there you ended up like that because of your humus? Yeah, I even heard that at this age, your humus being even a little bit off can be fatal. I'm glad you're back to normal now. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cause you so much trouble. The problem is, if Shogo really somehow started with the beckoning light, then the only thing he needs to do is to hand it to Yoko? Because she's a descendant as well? Is that it? That would complete all three conditions? I don't really remember what happened. Sounds like what happened to me. Maybe this place is dangerous somehow. What, are you backing out? Yeah, just doesn't feel safe to me and I'm worried about you. Let's call off today's investigation. Come on, I just started feeling back to normal too. You didn't get the visions. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it could either be a case of unreliable narrator or I'm absolutely wrong, right? But we need to do something to find out how to continue if I don't want to look it up. Nope, not happening. Go home. I'll even pay your cab fare, okay? I ended up having to force still protesting Yoko into a taxi. Even then, she still wouldn't stop complaining. So to placate her, I promised I'd search the park on my own for a little while longer. Did he do that? Or no, that is like afterwards, he died. He searched the park alone and died. Presumably due to the Whispering Canal, due to Yoko. Right? So if we continue in this route now, where Yoko died, after Yoko meets an untimely and inexplicable death, Shogo vows to bring her back through the rite of resurrection. Just then a man named Takumi Yumioka appears and demands that Shogo give him the cursed stone that he has just obtained. Let's start from the beginning on this one. I am most likely completely wrong, right? Because I'm somewhat hyper-focused on Yoko to begin with. Yoko, answer me! Yoko? No, it can't be you. Why? Why? I can think. Gotta calm down, Dynamic. You don't know she's dead. You're not a doctor. It's fine. You're fine. Everything's fine. Was he able to see the spirit after picking up a stone because that awakened his spirit sense, pretty much, or? So that was the girl, right? The drowning girl. Ah! What the hell just happened? No, damn it! I've got bigger problems. Why did it attack like that? Yoko, hold on. Everything's going to be okay. Oh God, she's not breathing. She's cold, and I don't feel a pulse. This can't be happening. Okay, an ambulance, right? I've got to call an ambulance. I need a phone. I love the depth, like the vision depth, the depth of field, what you call it, graphic effect. He's like focusing on things. Right, the phone. I've got to call an ambulance. Okay. I just want to get back to the point where we saw the little bubbly spirit. I want to find this again. would be quite tricky if the spiritually strong person in question is Yoko. I mean, it must be. I called it in. The ambulance shouldn't be long. But is it going to make a difference? Her body's gone stiff and her skin is cold, just how I like him. And I don't think she's breathing. She looks more like a mannequin than a person now. I don't think there's any coming back from that. Yeah, it's over, bros. I don't get it. Just a few minutes ago, we were chatting away without a care in the world. Yoko. At the same time, like, if we continue from here and she's dead, then is there even a way to continue? How did this happen? Do I need to start from the very, very, very beginning? Could someone so bright and bubbly just suddenly drop dead? Resurrect her. Huh? Oh, that's right. Okay, let's skip ahead a little bit. She was pointing behind me. There's definitely something strange going on. Maybe it's still here. What could she have seen? She mentioned that the Rite of Resurrection 7 mysteries were connected. Maybe whatever she saw had something to do with Whispering Canal. War. Gets another one of these whooshes. The whooshes could be him being possessed by Seaman, right? The same, like, or like pretty much a ghost. Because remember, Yako also said that she felt dizzy. And that's when whatchamacallit? Mayushi? What was the name again? Michio, pretty close to Mayushi. When Michio started possessing her, when she visited her, like, site of death or whatever, where she died, she felt dizzy. And he felt dizzy twice. Pretty much. Yoko also felt dizzy once. So there must be several spirits going in and out of people at this location. That presence again must be around here somewhere, but where? Is it fallen object? We're just gonna pick it up. Something on the ground. Did Yoko drop this? Okay, it's the cursed stone. Okay, he sees the truth. Killed him. That's the right epilepsy warning, by the way. I'm skipping ahead this quickly. They ain't fucking easy. It's just hanging around here. The same as Mersault. Huh? The hell is that? It looks like a light floating in mid-air. Why is it here? He doesn't have it. At no point he had it. They didn't take it away from Mayu because that's just not possible. Mayu is not close. It is getting closer. It's coming closer. This is another one of the 7 mysteries. Looks like a will-o-wisp, maybe. Was there anything like that in the 7 mysteries? Touch it. That wasn't here before, was it? Huh? Am I supposed to touch it? But at this, like, Yoko is dead. How do we continue from here? Maybe Shoko is the descendant? And the spirit is literally the spirit? Well, here we go. We can assume Ashino's spirit is lurking somewhere too. Yeah, she must have entered Ayumu, right? She must have entered Ayumu at one point. Okay, so the canon law in this route is that this is weird anyway, because like they are at the same point in time, same as these, but these happen like in parallel, whereas these split apart. Whatever. So at this point, Yoko is dead, which is a damn shame. I would have liked to learn more about the character. Why the fuck was she so evil towards the end to like just kill both Mio and Ario? Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we actually resurrect someone and it will be Yoko, because if I'm pretty sure like Shoko is not gonna go, oh yeah, let's just call all of this off. I just saw someone die in front of me, but suddenly with like my vision I get from like being touched by the body of like spirit of Seimen Tsushimikado, I understand everything. When the body, soul, and mind of Seimen Tsushimikado have all been brought together, the rite of cleansing is activated, dispelling all rituals and curses that have previously been performed. Well, if it's dispelling all curses, does this bring Yoko back to life? Is it that easy? If so, then this would be a really short stream. My. Finally, you have arrived at this juncture. I expected no less from you. I hope we'll get some closure on the characters, at least. That would mean that you have managed to bring everything to light. Though there is the possibility that you have wound up here by chance. Really? Could you have gone onto this route earlier? Did I just not click it enough? Was I afraid of it the first time around? I'll really have to rewatch the first stream. Or was it? Yeah, it must have been the first one, right? That was during the first stream. She died immediately. So before I take you any further, I must ask you a number of questions. Okay, that's pretty good. The game's checking whether you've actually completed it. You could have found this randomly, apparently. But now it's asking you, like, did you pay attention? And did you actually come here, deliberately or not? About what exactly the soul, body, and mind of Seimon Tsushimikado are. Or maybe he's just, like, maybe it's just quizzing us again, right? Firstly, which curse echo represents the soul of Seimon Tsushimikado? It's the beckoning light. Like, I'm not retarded. That one was clear, right? Yes, that is exactly it. After his defeat at the hands of Ashino in the Honjo incident, Seimon wandered about near Honji. The form of his curse echo changed over time with the legend he left behind. This is the curse echo which was acquired by Mayu Shosawa. But when called forth by Seimon's body and mind, it appeared momentarily before him. Wait, so Shogo accidentally called for it, pretty much? I hope I can at least finish June. Is that a euphemism? Desperate? Anyway, let us continue. Who served as the self of Seimon Tsushimikado? Who was his body, his descendant who carried his blood in their veins? It must be Shogo. Or do you think Kyoko did it shortly before she died? No, let's just go with Shogo. Correct again? Yeah, it is Shogo. Although Shogo Okiya was born to an ordinary family, the blood of a distant relative ran thick in his veins. Is this coming out of left field, or was this like somewhat foreshadowed? In truth, the same is true for Yoko Fukunaga. Oh my god, they're actually related. It's kind of hot. That's a joke, of course. Like, well, if you're like at least 3 or 4 times removed, then it doesn't matter, right? Incest. But just don't fuck your sister or something. Like if she's your stepsister. She was also one with the blood of a distant relative coursing through her. In her case, it was Ashino. Okay, Yoko is Ashino, and he's Seimon, right? Okay, good. Seimon and Ashino fated to meet again all these hundreds of years later. This time they wanted to fuck, though. At least Shogo did, I think. Now for my final question. Who is the mind of Seimon Tsushimikado? Tell me the name of the person whose consciousness was directly tied to his. What? Who is his consciousness? It's me, right? Does he want my name? Or is me enough? I am the consciousness, right? What did I call myself Delta? Or Lambda Delta? No. Must have been... did I call myself Lambda? Yeah, just go with me? Oh, I see. You believe it to be me. Now, if you phrase it like that, then it's incorrect. I'm afraid that it is not. The answer to this is most important. Please answer me once more. Who's the mind? I think it was Delta, alright? Did I call myself Lambda? I don't usually do that. What? It is not us? Oh, no, here we go. Are you saying you believe it to be yourself? Okay, this is different, so it is correct. Right? Are you certain? No, it was just a blind guess. Yes, you are correct. Finally, you have remembered. That's right. You are... Oh, the music. Seimon's consciousness awoken by the curses and the rite of resurrection. However, having lost your memories, you forgot about the duty assigned to you. Who are you then? This is, if I may say so, where I played my part, guiding you through the events of this story. As your consciousness was all that was left of you, you manipulated time and space by way of the story chart, jumping from vessel to vessel. We are Blake Winkle, everyone. We are Blake Winkle. And manipulated your host's actions by whispering commands into their ears. In doing so, you were able to get the full picture of what needed to be done. But at one point, while still unconscious, you managed to remember your duty. The so-called mastermind behind these events, the one who awakened the rite and the curses, was Yoko Fukunaga, descendant of Ashino herself. She performed the ritual of shadows or whatever it's called. You unconsciously activated your curse and killed her. Here we go. I was right. I killed her accidentally because she wanted to kill us. Whoa, that kind of puts everything in like a different light, right? How interesting that she awakened Severn's consciousness at the same time as the curses. That was the one and only time she could have been stopped. Huh. But, due to your influence on Shoko-Oki's will, Yuko Fukunaga was brought back to life, using the storage shard to undo her death. I led you to believe that it was the work of the Rite of Resurrection itself. Oh yeah, I mean, the first route... Yeah, oh yeah, it actually makes sense now. I didn't interpret it as such, but the first route ended with Shoko killing everyone and gaining the soul Rex, right? So the Rite of Resurrection in this case worked as like as time travel. It just rewound time. Instead of resurrecting her at this place in time, where Shoko gained the soul Rex. Whereas with the other Rite of Resurrections, it worked as one seemed like a possession. The other one seemed like a straight up resurrection. So it was different every time, pretty much. Except for if I'm misinterpreting this again. But as it turns out, seeing what would transpire if the mastermind was not killed at the outset is what ultimately revealed the way to put an end to the curses for good. Kill Yoko. There were certain things which would have answered all your questions, had you noticed them. For example, even while under your control, Shoko-Oki willingly used his curse. Yeah, that was the first question you asked me. How many people Shoko killed and how many people I killed. Right? When I asked you early on how many Shoko-Oki had killed, this is what I meant. Yeah. I love that. Good callback. Had you not used the curse, Shoko-Oki would have done so of his own accord. I know, he did. He did. Furthermore, Maya Shisamu was able to recall information which only you knew. Yeah, I also noticed that. What about the fucking fax machine, though? Can you answer the fax machine being locked in? Like the cabinet. Deliberately, by Mersal and the old lady. Is there like an answer to this one? She was able to do so because she was connected to you through her curse echo, the beckoning light. Yes, she was special too, I guess. Yes, this did make her somewhat more special than the others. Okay, following... Oh, we have a lot of backstory in Yoko. Here we go, strap in, lads. Might even be like a little nudie at the end of her. Following graduation, Yoko worked a desk job at a trading company, but butted heads with a supervisor who was skeptical of the supernatural and quit within a year. Now, while working as housekeeper, she spends days devouring mystery magazines, visiting haunted spots. We have read this, right? But let's just do it for completion's sake. As she vowed to live life true to herself and never change for the sake of others, Yoko has no regrets about the path she has taken. Yoko has a dog, a Shiba Inu named Ogopogo, who has been by her side since she was a student. In truth, Yoko is a descendant of Onmyoji, who continued to practice in modern times. Her ancestor, Ashino, attempted to steal the Rite of Resurrection in Honjo during the Edo period. Born with exceptional spirit sense, Yoko learned about her own ancestry while researching her roots, and was disappointed to find her bloodline had fallen into mediocrity. She became consumed with the ambition to restore her family's lost glory through her own powers, and devised a scheme to succeed where Ashino failed and performed the Rite of Resurrection. So basically, she's insane, right? Yoko continued her training, developing her spiritual and cursed powers until she discovered the Record of Fates, which offered clues regarding the rite. She plotted to use the curses of the 7 mysteries of Honjo to gather a large number of soul tracks by calling forth curse echoes and setting the stage for mutual slaughter. The ultimate plan involved invoking a large-scale Feast of Shadows, awakening the curses, performing the rite herself, and bringing together enough soul tracks to revive Ashino. Ashino herself, can you believe it? Not Ogopogo. Since the effects of the curses increase, the more people know and fear them. She first entrusted the Record of Fates to local historian Hideki Areishi, who could be used to easily spread the rumors. She also contacted Fumishika Nejima, a criminal with a deep understanding of mystic arts, to obtain the curse stones needed to gather soul rags. Unsurprisingly, Nejima was very interested in the story of Ashino and readily agreed to aid his revival. Well, in a weird way, he was connected to it already, right? While carrying out these steps, Yoko learned of the existence of the Yin Scroll, which threatened to thwart her plans. She added a note about the scroll and the Record of Fates before giving it to Areishi, intending to acquire it before it could pose an issue. Wait, why did she add the note? to the record of fates, letting other people know about it. If she hadn't done that, Mio and Yako would have not been able to continue investigating, pretty much. Through investigations, Yoko discovered that Hashime Yoshima was a descendant of Seiman and threatened him with a curse in an effort to scare him into revealing the whereabouts of the Yin Scroll. With like an actual curse, so she was able to cast him even like before all this? While Hashime bravely resisted Yoko's threats, she killed him with the curse to ensure Seiman's descendant would not stand in her way. So she was able to use curses, like, just full stop. That's interesting. As the preparations were coming together, Yoko obtained the seemingly less dangerous cursed stone of the Whispering Canal in order to become a curse bearer, a necessity for gathering the cursed stones for the Feast of Shadows. Shoko Oki, also a descendant of Seiman, was eyed as a potential risk factor and contacted to ensure he would be located nearby and subject to monitoring. Wow, she was thorough. However, unaware that the spirit of Seiman would be awakened within Shoko as soon as she invoked the curse, Yoko's plan was thwarted when she was immediately cursed to death by Seiman. Get fucked, bitch. Get fucked. Like, all of this preparation for nothing because she met up with the one person who could reflect curses. This is a little bit ironic. Could he be the chief of paranormal investigations? Hey, that's a good call, Emil. That could actually be, right? Now, allow me to ask you one last question. Who am I? Or something. If you, knowing all that you know now, would you still resurrect Yoko or something? Is that what he's asking? Had the ability to resurrect one life, what would you do? Oh my god. Another callback. I'd use it even if I had to sacrifice myself. I'd use it even if I had to sacrifice someone. I'd use it if it came at no cost. I wouldn't want it. Let someone else have it. I wouldn't want it. I would destroy it. I feel like this is the canonical right answer. Right? Shogo chose this. Shogo chose this. Shogo chose to sacrifice himself. Sacrifice someone is pretty much Haru and like Ayumu. Ayame. Sorry, Ayame. I'd use it if it came at no cost. It's like, that's Yako. Pretty much, right? Because she would have done it to bring back her dead friend if she hadn't had to kill someone. And she still did. I wouldn't want it. Let someone else have it. This is a Richter mindset, really. What do we choose? I'm a little bit stumped. What does he want to hear from me? Oh, I see. That was Seiman's original intention. Yeah, as I said, it's a canonical choice. I apologize for leaving it out of the options when I first asked you this question. Did he? Oh, I didn't notice that. Now it is time to bring things to a close. Upon your arrival here, the rite of cleansing was activated, dispelling all other rituals and curses. Look upon the fruit of your efforts. And then we shall leave this world behind for good. We? Thank you, truly, for all the work you have done. Shukuoki, 1 a.m. Does he have, like, innate understanding now? Ah! That's what happened? I can't believe it. He does. I finally understand. Please tell me he's gonna kick her corpse or something. I mean, she's like a fucking mastermind bitch. Yeah, I was the one who did that to Yoko. The blood of the Onmyoshi that's inside me broke into my consciousness and gave me that curse. Yoko was after the rite of resurrection. She was the one who awakened the curses of the 7 mysteries and cast the Feast of Shadows. And the only way to stop all of it was to put a stop to her here. It's a little bit sad. I do kind of like a character. I think it's just a design, but why do I feel for the fucking villain? Otherwise, the rite of cleansing might have been negated too. I wonder how much of it was really her doing all those things. Yoko. I guess that explains why I felt like it was fate when this all started. Oh. Yeah, she was cute, right? Though she didn't seem to notice. I guess things were always destined to end like this from the moment we... No, she did notice. She did know that you are a descendant of Seiman and like that you were very likely to awaken to a curse yourself. That's why she wanted to monitor you. She tried to be like 3 steps ahead. But she just completely fumbled. She rolled a 1 by like having you obtain this curse immediately. From the moment we met, I wish we could have met under different circumstances. No point in thinking like that now. What's done is done. God, I need a drink. I'm thinking a Moscow Mule, or 2, or 3. Are we just gonna leave a corpse here for the paranormal affairs to find or something? Haru Shigima. Will they find out the same information even without all the curses going around? I wonder. Like, this is a fresh timeline at this point, right? Ma'am, what is it? Maybe everyone will have innate understanding of what could have been. Just a dream. It seems that it was all just a dream. Oh, come on, this is not Super Mario Bros. 2. I dreamt that there was such a thing as a rite of resurrection. Just a dream. I'm sorry to say it, but there isn't. Right, of course not. But even if there is no such thing, I promise you that I will get to the bottom of the kidnapping. In fact, I've happened to find a very important lead from over a year ago. Something that's evaded our reach until now. An eyewitness from the scene of the kidnapping. I see. Severn was 4 steps ahead. Well, I don't know. Severn couldn't predict that she would try to keep Seaman's descendant close. Like, he couldn't have known that. Whoa, what the hell is this? Did it just happen upon it randomly? The medical unit told me to get down here, but what happened? Okay, so they were, like, someone found it, and then they made, like, the connection that it was connected to, like, the paranormal. It was looking into Yoshimi's death at the former Izuda Gardens. Another body was discovered at a different park in the area. Could they be related? It sure looks like it, but... Excuse me, you found this among the victim's belongings? Thought you'd want to know. What's this? Does she still have the crystal? Or maybe the talisman or something? Like, what could she have? Maybe it's just like the belongings of... Why did they not find this when she died the first time? What the hell? Boss, look what was in the female victim's address book. Yoshimi's phone number and photo. What? And a picture. There's an X drawn on it and a bunch of weird symbols. And a hole where his heart would be. No. Do you think... could this be some kind of curse or something? How many times do I have to tell you not to try to connect everything to the occult? Yeah, I love how Tatsumi has to say this with a straight face, knowing exactly that this is most likely the cause. This phrase, please send it as a let's talk. I can't open that. Damn it. Is this a Nakagoshi case after all? Huh? What was that, boss? Oh, don't worry about it. Make sure you put that photo into evidence. There's no doubt this is related to Yoshimi. Make sure you do a thorough sweep of the area. I'm gonna make a phone call. Got it, leave it to me. Spend as long as you want on the phone. Yeah, I'm gonna call my bitch of a daughter too. Yako Sakasaki, 1 a.m. That's when they did the Uja. Uja Mio, it turns out Michio really did die in an accident. Yeah, if we ask around, we might be able to get a little more information. It feels a little bit bad that all of the things we did is like undone, yet at the same time, like we did experience it, right? And it did happen. It's just that we're watching people that are blissfully unaware now. That's the crux with loop stories. You have to go back at one point when everything is in a good state, which makes it's very hard to just not make it feel. How should I put it? Just like useless, pretty much, right? I guess there never really was such a thing as the rite of resurrection. But I did feel like there was a spirit watching over us. Like all of this shit about not forgetting about Michio, it feels kind of redundant now. That's why I hate stories that end with amnesia. / it was all a dream. Damn it, why? Nothing's happening. But now my contract would be... No! I should never have believed in this blasted record of fate. Oh, get fucked, Arishi. I wonder what Nejima's gonna do now. To all of you watching from far, far away, they're talking to you guys. They're actually talking to you. The right of resurrection has never existed. Not in any world, not in any time. So I ask you to take the life you hold and move boldly forward, one step at a time. Oh yeah. Richter, Iwa is out. Do you want to question him? Hang on, Harry. I want to get enough evidence for a search warrant. Let him go for now, and I'll follow him. So they're doing it together now. That's the kidnapper? It's kind of nice that they linked up like that. They're getting closure for Harui, which I think is one of the most important parts here. They're also getting closure for these guys. Yes, I'm the one who did it. So please, help me. Alright, that's great. She's always following me. She's crazy! And she kinda is, right? We know that. Aww. I'm so sorry, Michio. I had no idea. What? Hajime was killed by this Yoko Fukunaga? Well, she was kidnapped after the awakening, right? How can that be? He wasn't the kind of guy who could just be picked off like that. You know that. Yeah, and Boss is hiding something. There seems to be some kind of secret hidden in Hajime's family tree. Let me see if I can find out what it is. You go, Richter, you go. I'd heard you would be absent today. Is there something you need? Well, I seem to have the spirit sense thing all of a sudden. I know it's the sort of thing our chairwoman doesn't approve of, so I thought I'd mention it. What do you mean she doesn't approve of it? It's just because she wants it herself, or? You could have called. Didn't think you were the standoffish type. I had to find out from Iwai. Whoops, sorry. I forgot all about my favorite chief inspector. They're awfully buddy-buddy. The hell are you planning? Nothing so heinous as you're thinking. I'm only Makoto Ashimiya after all. Nothing but a lowly Jenny. How are things with you? You getting along with your daughter? Yeah, your daughter, right? Well, you know, more or less. You think we misunderstood her or something? Like, maybe I just don't have enough empathy to sympathize with Ayumu? Ayumi? I can't even remember her fucking name. She's a psychopath, though. Doing all of this for the ukiyo-e guy. No! Okay. Okay. Good. Heavy voice. No! Man, they didn't fucking answer the goddamn fax machine, did they? Oh, couldn't they have done this differently? She already had the power of Blickwinkel on her side. She didn't need to have like a Deus Ex Machina fax machine. It could have just been in there without being locked away deliberately by them. Or just have it locked away, but don't show the scene where they talk about, oh yeah, I locked it away. Did we misunderstand? Were they talking about her and they were not talking about the fax machine being locked away by him with her? I sure hope that I just completely misunderstood the scene and I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it because the game is a straight up 95 for me. But I did say that if they don't answer that, I'm gonna subtract 20 points. We're supposed to believe it all stems from a misunderstanding of afar. It just wasn't executed very well. I choose to believe that she's just an evil psychopath ghost baby. That's actually like, that's far easier to like suspension of disbelief than like her being retarded when it comes to her daddy issues. T-code box in a train. Yeah, more like fucking alien fax machine. I didn't read any of the people in the credits. I feel kind of bad about this now because I did enjoy this game massively. Fuck. Okay, let's forget about, like, let's subtract 10 points for the fax machine issue, okay? Again, I would have put this at like a 95, which is most likely one of the highest scorings I've ever given to a game. Like either on stream or off stream, to be honest. So, if we subtract 10 points, we're at 85 still. I wasn't quite content with the ending either. It's very hard to, like, to conclude a story like that. This again was more of a journey instead of destination, right? We all knew where it was going to, but how do you do it well? Everything else was pretty well executed up to this point. I loved the very rare but well-placed moments of like metagaming. And the quizzes every once in a while to like check if the player is even paying attention. Makes me feel smart, you know? Fin. End. Slut in Swedish. Finny. Can you give me some context on the fax machine since it wasn't here every time? Yeah, we can. Okay, so this is just straight up fin, straight up end? It's not even giving me you have completely completed the game. Alright. I guess. Do we go back to title? Now, if the title can't change now, I'm gonna give it 5 more points. I'm not expecting it to, though. No, it didn't. Okay, fuck. That was your last chance game. Okay. A short explanation of the fax machine. Might actually be easier to show it again. And then my actual thoughts and scoring in full again. Mayush Sava was trapped in here. Mayush Sava was also possessed by the ghost of Severn Mikado, which we didn't know at this point, right? However, it felt a little bit off since she seemed to have like knowledge from other people. She used nail polish remover to make the pen work again, for example, which was mentioned by someone else, but I didn't catch that. It just said, oh, how do I know this? And at this point we knew that, She also had this fax machine here. Did the fax work? I can only hope the person who gets it will come help me. Now, Harue had a fax machine in her home. When clicking on the fax machine, it told you her number. Okay, so that's how she got out. She sent like a letter written with the pen in a fax machine to Harue while she was at home with Richter. How did she find a fax machine? This stems back to Mayu remembering a conversation Mersault had on the phone, Yumioka, had on the phone with the chairwoman, where he said, yes, I did lock it. I did make sure to use like the proper lock on the cabinet. She will not get to it or something. So obviously that makes you think, oh, there's something in the cabinet. I thought at first he was talking about the door lock, right? And she was gonna get out by herself. I didn't make the connection. Then I found this. There's a lock on the cabinet. The cabinet the fax machine was in. Empty now. So her escaping with the power of like foresight from other protagonists was only possible because Mersault, Yumioka, deliberately locked the fax machine in this locked room with her. If she didn't have the fax machine, she wouldn't have been able to get out of here. It is a literal Deus Ex Machina, right? To put it in here just so she has a means of escape. They could have scratched this and just had a lock on the door or something, right? Or they could have scratched it, like half of it, and just put the fax machine on the cabinet, right? Maybe make Mersault say, oh, don't worry about the fax machine. it hasn't worked in a long time, or she won't even know who to contact or something, right? Make a hint towards the fax machine that it's gonna be like a part of the solution, but don't hide it away and talk about it, which is already a big stretch. Like, her listening to it or being able to remember it, considering she was drugged with like the true serum stuff, and then her being able to use it due to like Blickwinkel powers, due to like her being possessed by Seim and Tsushimikado. Like, these are some very big stretches, very supernatural things. But why was the fax machine locked here? It has no reasoning whatsoever behind it. Except for if Mersault, and they could have explained this away too, if they had staged her imprisonment and her escape. If they wanted her to somehow awaken the powers of Seim and Tsushimikado, being able to watch across all protagonists or something. If they, like if maybe the chairwoman of Yaku Soaps could have revealed herself to be like another 200 IQ mastermind going, oh yeah, I knew it was gonna happen. I knew that Yoko was planning this, and I was putting my hopes into Seiman, and I knew that he was I noticed how my employee Shoko died. But I also knew that Seiman was gonna possess another body, so I prepared this elaborate imprisonment for him to awaken his powers properly or something, knowing that he would escape anyway if he had a means to, like, even if it's like a small margin or something. Like, but that would have been very similar to Uchikoshi games, where they had to like, oh, you have to guide Blickwinkel into being conscious of itself and like awakening their powers, which like is bullshit as well, but like at least in the first 3 Uchikoshi games it somehow works, right? I'd scratch that, the first 3. Like, Blickwinkel is mostly like a thing in Ever 17 and Remember 11, right? And even that, like, even in Remember 11, like, it's debatable whether it is really like Blickwinkel or just one huge consciousness loop to begin with. It is just like, that really irks me because everything else in this game was so well written that this just stands out. It's as if you have like oh my god, food analogy, but bear with me here. If you have like a nice meal in front of you and everything is fine and like, oh my god, it tastes so good, oh yeah, oh yeah, that's, and then you get like halfway through your like big schnitzel or something, right? Through a pig slab of meat, which is like properly cooked, perfectly, very juicy, very meaty, like the seasoning's just right and stuff. And like halfway through, you cut it open and you go, what the fuck is that? There's something inside of you. And then it's like a nugget of shit or something embedded inside of like the meat that you enjoyed until now. And the nugget is very small, mind you. And you eat it anyway because like the meat around it is very good. Like, it would be a waste to not eat it. But you chew the nugget and you keep thinking, why am I eating this now? Just because the rest of it is so delicious? So you gulp down your sides, like your fries or whatever, or like maybe some pasta, I don't know, whatever you might want to have with your steak of choice. And it's great again, and like even the rest of the meat is like amazing. It was just this tiny shit nugget in it, right? But it really ruins your mood, right? That really puts you in a bad spot. You can't go and say, oh, the entire meal was fucking delicious. It's a straight up 10 out of 10. My compliments to the cook. No, you go, hey waiter, what the fuck did the cook think? Putting a shit nugget in my steak? Like, did you do that deliberately, or like was that a mistake or something? It was well executed in Ever 17. But Ever 17 is like, it's the definition of like slow burn, big payoff. Like, getting to the point where you connect everything and have like the last route is just like, it is the epitome of visual novel writing in general when it comes to like payoff. And it's also Ushikoshi's peak. He never recreated it again, let's be honest. 999 was great, but the twist was slightly different, which is good. But it's like anything else just wasn't as good though. It just wasn't as good. Like, Ever 17 is a product of like singular, unique beauty. And while I also do love like Remember 11, it was also different. Like, Remember 11 was great for a different reason. It was great for like the moments of suspense and like tension and stuff. You not understanding what the fuck is going on for like 3/4 of the time, and how everything is connected. The Blake Winkle awakening though worked well in Ever 17. Admittedly, man, fucking spoilers. I will never play this game on my channel though, because it's like 100 hours or something. It's crazy. I say this, started playing on Mineko, but it's crazy long. Anyway, like this just didn't feel in place. Like, yeah, like the fax machine, they could have definitely written around that or solved it better. Just they could have kept it in, but just straight up solved it better. So my end scoring for this. Man, the characters were great. The characters were all great. Even the bad ones were interesting. Even the ones who are like kind of throwaway characters still had some character to them, like Araishi, right? And we didn't see much of Nejima, but the interaction of Nejima with Tatsumi, like on the phone, that was a pretty good moment in the game. Like that was one of the high points. Like Tatsumi being threatened like that, I did thoroughly enjoy that. There was some good dynamics there. Of like, oh shit, it's hitting the fan now massively. That's what it felt like, right? He felt a little bit flat, like him just being overpowered by fucking, I need to look up her name now. Ayame, that's her name, by Ayame. Him just being overpowered by Ayame and the type of Tsugaru like that. Just because he hid something from her? What the fuck did he even hide, really? Why did he have any reason to hide anything from her? He was a serial killer kidnapping her. So she was able to activate her curse. He most likely didn't even know that she was a curse bearer. That felt a little bit anticlimactic, yet at the same time it just showed that how ruthless she is, that she's like killing and like not even fazed by it. Of course, it was a... But she didn't know that. She didn't know that she was kidnapped because of her connection to Tetsu. She might not even have known that he was a serial killer, right? She just knew that she was kidnapped. Right? If I remember correctly, she still killed him because she was planning on killing people anyway if things didn't turn out the way she planned. So in that way, she was also a very interestingly written character. Like the balls to make her related to one of the main characters like that, and make one of the main characters sacrifice themselves for the sake of such a despicable character. I kind of like that. I kind of liked it because of course, in the end, none of it really mattered since we went onto this route where everyone except Yoko survived. But it still felt pretty real at that moment. It felt pretty real. Like, people were dying. Tatsumi was dead in, like, the regular... Like, let's call it the normal end where Tatsumi died, right? And then Ario and Mio also died because they had to reveal you need to go back. Yoko is still out there, right? So I like the fact that, yeah, we're not afraid of like killing him off, even if we bring him back later. Like that's a good thing, at least. Man, I'm all over the place. The music was pretty good. They needed like 3 more tracks though. It felt a little bit samey towards the end. It's definitely no like it's no Mineko when it comes to the music, but that's like a high bar though. It's also no like Tsukihime or something, which is also like a very high bar. Like the Tsukihime soundtrack is actually like on par with the Mineko one in my opinion. I think. What else? The characters, the music, the graphics were incredible for visual novel. Like the graphics and the effort put into like the different expressions for the people and being able to not move but interact with the world in 3D pretty much was definitely like that's never before seen for me. Like this was new. This was very fresh. I hope that going forward the visual novel genre can develop in that direction actually. Like I know that it's a visual novel, but it didn't feel like one. Yes, the amount of text always suffers in a game like this. Like it is no, like what's it called, ADL or something, when there's like when the text is filling up all of the screen rather than having dialogue boxes at the bottom. The text filling up all of the screen, like that's a type of visual novel. It's certainly not that, right? These are good for like exposition dumps and stuff. But we had everything we need. We had everything we need by like dialogue, and every once in a while we had a little bit of like narrator, right? Also, having a game not overstay its welcome by having the writing concise and precise is a good point in my book. There are certainly games that I like to read for like 30, 40 hours or something, because dull moments are expected, but not too much and not too extreme, not too long, right? Chicken sandwiches, for example, going by the Ever 17 example again. But there was not a dull moment in this, I don't think. Like, it was constantly developing. We were constantly going somewhere, which is like pretty much perfect pacing. Like, whoever wrote this and whoever like edited it down to like the actual plot and the actual meat of it did a great job. They did a really good job. Like, something that a lot of writers can definitely look to and try to learn from it. Even the Project Moon ones, right? Even El Director can definitely learn from an example like this, because there was a lot of happening still. We were shown a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff was relayed by text only as well. But it never felt boring. It never felt out of place. It never felt like, yeah, we didn't even need to know this now, pretty much. Or like, this is a little bit too much, or this is going on a little bit too long or something. Like, my monologue just now is going on a little bit too long. I do recognize the irony in this. So the writing was great. Like, when it comes to like the pacing of the writing. The ending, of course, and like the fax machine stuff knocks off a few points when it comes to the writing. Let's see, writing, graphics, characters, audio. Mechanics-wise, again, like, I only have praise for this game when it comes to the mechanics. It is not just a kinetic visual novel. It is not even just a regular visual novel with choices. No, you had to interact with the world. It is pretty much like an adventure game, point and click at this point. You didn't have to interact with everything to proceed. In some scenes you did, I guess. There was some actual interaction by having these meta moments where you had to do certain actions in order to proceed. The game was frequently, not a lot, but let's put it regularly, the game was regularly asking whether you understood what was even going on. Of course, like, trial and error is a thing. You could have just input something 100 times and you would have arrived by the right conclusion. But I kind of like how they're, like, a hand-holdy game would have told you the right solution after inputting it wrong. They would have gone, oh no, this is wrong. I actually meant so-and-so when you input the wrong solution. No, they were actually expecting you to know the right answer in order to proceed, which is a good thing. They gave you several infinite amounts of retries, because, man, imagine getting a game over just because you input a typo or something. That would have been bad. But the fact that they're expecting the player to pay attention and to know certain things at certain points in time, maybe even hazarding a guess, right? Because it's not confirmed, but oh, if you paid attention and if you've seen the hints, you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about X person. I love that. I love that. Like, this is the kind of interaction that works very well in a visual novel. I don't need any weird ass, like, out of place genre shifting moments where this turns into, I don't know, something I would not have liked if there was like maybe a point and click section but timed, for example. That would not have worked. That would have rubbed me the wrong way. Oh, I'm Tetsuo and I'm like in this room and I need to find a hint towards where Ayame is in the next 30 seconds, or like Nijima is gone or something. Like, that just, I might have liked it because it would have been different, but in the grand scheme of things, it wouldn't have been as good, in my opinion. The mechanics wise, like, I give this game a 9.5 on basically everything except for the music and the writing, due to the fumble with the alien fax machine. Actually, let me say it, the graphics are 10 out of 10, in my opinion. The graphics are absolutely perfect. The graphics and like the art direction and the execution of like everything happening is like, I can't ask for anything more. I really like the designs of the characters, like how they're drawn, and the expressions and the liveliness of them is just amazing. Fuck, I really would like to rate this game higher than an 85. But I did say that I would subtract points for the machine. Okay, let's go. Final verdict. And I'm gonna make an executive decision to knock it up a few points again, because I did enjoy my time with it thoroughly, and it did keep me on edge and guessing until pretty much earlier, right? When I started the stream. So, final verdict for Paranormasight. Let's go back to the main screen for this. Paranormasight, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo, on a lambda score of up to 100. It's getting an 89. It's getting an 89. It would have been an easy 95 to 98 if they didn't fumble the fax machine. But it's an 89 now, and it's a good 89. It's definitely like a great 89. It's a shame that I don't think I will ever replay this, because like emotionally I just wasn't as invested as with many other visual novels that I think about replaying every once in a while, like Tsukihime, Karano Shoujo, Mineko, and like these kind of games. But these games, they have a very different emotional roller coaster attached to them when you play them and when you read them, these visual novels. But for like experiencing it like this, I'm so glad that I was able to do it and that it was recommended to me. And I'm also really glad that I had like you guys on board, because some moments were just so incredibly funny and like tense with like interactions as well, pretty much. Like I did enjoy my fucking time. Fuck, it can't get better than this. It can't get better than like having, how many streams now? 12 or something? 13 maybe even? And not going, oh shit, I hope this game will end soon. I mean, I did hope that the game would end soon, because like if they write themselves into a corner, there's no helping them either. But I didn't hope that it would just, oh fuck, let's hope it will end now, because I'm getting tired of this. That's pretty great. I would really like to know how like critics and like actual gamers got this game. We might look this up now. For now, I'm gonna stop the recording. YouTube, I hope you enjoyed it too. I will try to upload this ASAP, because it is definitely like, if I rate this in terms of like my enjoyment of recording it, of all the games I played, this might be one of the games I enjoyed the most recording it on stream, and in general, really, on my channel. This might be the most fun game I played on my channel. Yeah, except for like the really short visual novels, which are only like 2 streams long or something, because they don't have a chance to overstay their welcome. This was amazing. Man, I loved it. Thank you again so much, Akira Flame, if you were the one that recommended it to me, and I think you were. Thank you everyone for watching this by YouTube. And Twitch, stay tuned, because obviously, short stream. Bye YouTube, bye. What happened to make you subtract the point at the end? The fax machine. The fax machine was not explained very well. Bye YouTube. Again, kiss you, man.